I'm Steve Wiggins, and this is the Groundworks Ministries podcast. Today we're reading from the book of the Revelation, chapter 5. So let's focus on verses 8 through 10. When he took the scroll, the 4 living creatures and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb. Each one had a harp and gold bowls filled with incense, which are the prayers of the saints. And they sang a new song. You are worthy to take the scroll and to open its seals, because you were slaughtered and you redeemed people for God by your blood from every tribe and language and people and nation. You made them a kingdom and priests to our God, and they will reign on the earth. Revelation chapter 5, verses 8 through 10. As a musician, I'm overjoyed by the fact that there's instruments in heaven, because I'll have a job. I love music. Music resounds with us emotionally. Alongside prayer, music is a natural human conduit for worship. And when people feel happy, they sing. When they're sad, they sing. When they're celebrating victory, mourning a loss, or even in the heat of competition, people look to music to facilitate the experience. As a songwriter, I'm also glad to know that there's songwriting in heaven. Did you notice the Apostle John describes a new song being sung in the heavens as God's prophecy is unfolding? And it makes sense, because if singing is a natural form of worship, then each time God reveals something new about Himself, well, then we respond with a new song. I used to live under the assumption that once people enter heaven, they're somehow immediately fully aware of everything about God. And I don't know why, but I believe that everyone would be sort of eternally frozen in this perpetual state of worshipful awe for all eternity. And obviously they aren't, because John describes some varied activities that he's witnessing that are going on in heaven. Perhaps that's a glimpse of what our time in heaven will look like. Instead of standing in a circle, frozen in worship, in an eternal gaze, maybe eternity with the Lord will be more kinetic, with God revealing facets of His infinite greatness to us. And I would assume that in response, we would be continually singing a newer song. Either way, we will know when we get there. And we're sure that we'll get there if our faith is in Jesus' righteousness and not our own. You see, in a sense, the experience of God's revelation already happens to us. Paul said that before love and spiritual gifts, that we should seek to prophesy. That's New Testament believers. He says that in 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 1. And that is to say that we should seek God, and that He would reveal Himself to us through His Word, the Bible, in such a way that we could worship Him deeper and then share Him with other people. Just when we think that we have God figured out and that we have fathomed the depths of the Bible and theology, well, then God reveals something new about Himself. It happens to me every time I read the Bible, and then I'm blown away all over again. And now there is something to sing about. I'm Steve Wiggins, and this is the Groundworks Ministries podcast. Check us out at groundworksministries.com.